On today's episode, featured videos include today's bonus selections include the following features.
Hi there, everyone. Welcome to episode 35 of the supplemental broadcast here on Alexandria Alternative Media Broadcasting and OK Copernicus Production. I'm your host, Jess, but you can call me Epitome or Burn Kid because I am Epitome the Burn Kid. Please be sure to follow the entire archival project, hashtag YouTube Recommended Chronicles, on X or Tumblr for the latest videos, music, memes, and more. Listen to the official soundtrack produced by yours truly on SoundCloud. And if you're watching me on YouTube, please be sure to find me on Rumble should anything happen to this channel. All links discussed in today's episode can be found below in the description box. And please be sure to subscribe, like, share, follow, and tell some friends and family about the many things that we cover here in the supplemental broadcast. I am pacing myself these days for EMF sensitivity. That's electromagnetic frequencies for any new viewers, and have drastically reduced my electronics usage for health reasons. So please pardon the delay between installments of the show. For the deeper dives on more spiritual, esoteric side of topics we cover, coupled with a hearty syllabus of phenomenal information in the form of YouTube videos. Don't forget to check out my new series, Pan Penen Pious Prophetic Ponderings. It's an excellent interfaith eschatology, the ins and outs of the spiritual side of the stuff we cover here. It's really good stuff. So be sure to check that out. And on to today's featured video recommendations without any further ado. And our first video feature today comes in from P. Stozer and is titled A History of Central Banking and the Enslavement of Mankind by Stephen Goodson. Here's an excerpt from the creator. I really appreciate the energy P. Stozer closes with. This from the description box, and I quote, Stephen Milton Goodson died of a heart attack in 2018, but I'd like to think he'd approve of this narration. I've hated fractional reserve central banking since watching the Money Masters nearly 10 years ago. But this book took my hatred to new levels, especially because I am of mostly German descent. I bought 10 copies to spread the word, but most people will listen to a 3-hour podcast before reading a single sentence in a book, so I decided to make this. I'll be the first to admit that Stephen Mitford Goodson didn't get everything right, particularly nukes, but on balance, I believe his book is hugely important and needs to be understood by more people. Yes, this is dense and arguably too fast, but I hope you, dear reader, investigate every single claim in this book for yourself. I hope you make some nutritious food, no seed oils, while showing this to friends. I hope you become a beacon of remoralization for everyone in your circle. It's not going to be easy, but we are going to make it. What a beautiful closing. That's so heartfelt and sweet. Well, anyway, if you are interested in a very, very good overview of the book with illustrations and a narration, go ahead and check out this video about the history of central banking and the enslavement of mankind. And also check out the book by Stephen Goodson. And now on to our second feature, which comes in from GB News and is titled MEP, People Are Realizing Climate Change is a Massive Lie. And might I add that this tired bunk narrative needs to be hung out to dry once and for all. The sun controls the climate. Small children used to understand this, but as always, there is no money to be made in simple, honest facts. So here we are today, and it's time to nip the narratives in the bud. Let me quote ye old description box. The EU are frightened. They're beginning to realize that people will no longer let them get away with it. People are beginning to realize that climate change is a gigantic lie. Christine Anderson, MEP, reacts to the EU climb down over farming laws following mass protests from the Neil Oliver show. So if you want to see this clip, head on over. The link is down in the description box. And our third selection today comes in from Eric Hunley. This one is absolutely fascinating, by the way, and is titled Gloria Steinem's CIA Link and Effect on Modern Feminism. I'm not fully sure how most citizens haven't figured out that feminism is a destructive socialist psyop, totalitarian in nature. It has nothing to do with the well being or advancement of women in any way, shape, or form. But I am here to get the word out before it's too late. Here's a little blurb from the creator of this video. And I quote, discover the fascinating ties between Gloria Steinem, a leading figure in the feminist movement, and her recruitment by the CIA as Eric Hunley interviews Johnny Vedmoroff. I hope I did not butcher that name. At News Paste HQ. This video delves into Steinem's enigmatic past, highlighting her involvement with the CIA in India, her influential return to the USA, and her pivotal role in the Independent Service for Information at Harvard. Join us as Johnny Vedmore provides a compelling narrative on Steinem's intricate relationship with the CIA, her contributions to feminism, and her connections with controversial figures like Jeffrey Epstein and Bill Gates. Unpack the unholy trilogy of Steinem, the CIA, and feminism, and explore how this collaboration was possibly designated to transform societal norms and promote economic prosperity. Yeah, sure. Of who? Navigate through the controversies, the conspiracy theories, and the profound impact of Steinem's legacy on the feminist movement and beyond. This video, featuring Eric Hunley's insightful interview with Johnny Vedmore, is essential viewing for anyone intrigued by the intersection of espionage, social movements, and the historical figures who've silently shaped our world. Yeah, people that like kind of pompous celebrities idolize. They all idolize Steinem and this Ivy League crowd. It's really ridiculous. These are actual enemies of all things American and all things normal and good and prosperous for most people. Definitely look into these figures. These people, even Julia Child, these people are way more messed up communists than I ever thought they could have been. So anyway, onto our fourth selection today, and comes in from Dark Horse podcast clip, and it is titled "The Rent-Seeking Elite." Speaking of Gloria Steinem and the CIA, the rent-seeking elite, depopulation, and the collapse of society, which is literally what they're all after. If you want to dive deep in the motives of our adversaries, this clip is a good, solid overview to enhance our learning experience. Here's some added info from the description box. YouTube continues to punish the podcasters here. So they're moving more content to X and Rumble and Local. So look for Dark Horse podcasts there and away from YouTube. And check out they wrote a book, A Hunter-Gatherer's Guide to the 21st Century. So look that up as well. But yeah, anyway, in this is Brett Weinstein and Heather Haying's podcast. Evolutionary biologists kind of talk about the devolution of now. So yeah, definitely head on over there to check that out. Our fifth selection today comes in from Motivation Manifested and is titled "You Are a Living Antenna," which we very, very much truly are indeed. A quick quote from the description box. And I quote, in this video, you will discover how your conscious shapes the very fabric of reality, influencing the outcomes of the quantum realm. Quantum entanglement demystified. Delve into the mystical connection between particles transcending space and time. Learn how quantum entanglement serves as the cosmic glue that links our energies with the vast possibilities of the universe. The goal of this video is to help the viewer understand the transformative power of quantum vibrations and how resonating at elevated states of consciousness, such as love, gratitude, and abundance, acts as the key to unlocking the quantum potential within. May you unleash the art of conscious manifestation by aligning your vibrations with the quantum field. Discover how collapsing the wave function can bring your heart's desires, not the mind's conditioned wants, from the realm of infinite possibilities into the tangible reality of your experience. And your vibes will attract your matter, and your vibes will manifest your matter. So keep that in mind, everyone. And last up on today's edition for our main features, our final selection today comes in from Attention Bazaar. This is a really good one. I actually recommend the entire series from Attention Bazaar on this. And it is regarding a really important subject, in my honest opinion, titled Questioning Woke Psychotherapy. And this is episode number 9, titled Victim Mentality. An excerpt from the description box tells us the following, and I quote, in this video, number 9 in the series, I talk about how woke psychotherapy, as informed by critical social justice theory, again, more communism, tends to promote victim mentality. I also suggest a way that psychotherapists could work with clients who may have been victimized by social injustices. Pardon me one moment. Without playing into victim mentality or hijacking therapy with a social justice activism agenda. This video is a bit long, but if you genuinely care about how woke is impacting psychotherapy, I encourage you to watch the whole video. I guarantee you will hear some valuable things you haven't heard before, and I definitely did when I watched it. Highly, 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 highly recommend that one. And that brings us to today's bonus features, and these are down in the description box as well, so please check them out. What's in the Water? Spoiler alert, nanobots by videos by Richard Vobes. Check that one out. Staying out of affordance traps by New Discourses. More strategies to fight that communism, which is very good. Hang on. Google admits to censoring elections. How is this legal? That video is from Redacted News. The FBI issues arrest warrant for Paul Harvey for misinformation speech in 1992. Good luck, America. If you want to know how long this climate hoax has been going on for, check out this footage. It's classic 90s. It's in 480p. No, I mean 240i. What am I talking about? Yeah, AV nerd. Sorry. Anyways, the fifth selection for the bonus features. Who's really behind the Great Reset? Not WEF. With Ivor Cummins. And that is from the channel Rebel Capitalist. And the final bonus feature we have today is titled Alexander Quinn. It comes in from Alexander Quinn, and it's titled Starseed. Why will humans feel more tired in 2024? Scientific, metaphysical, ... explanations about all of that. And I've been going through that. If you guys have been going through it too, that's why I've been resting more. And I encourage you guys to rest more, hydrate more, eat healthier, take some supplements. Epsom salt baths, really excellent self-care, everyone. Excellent self-care in these trying times of depopulators. And that brings me to my favorite part of the show, which is my auspicious op-ed. And this one ties into all the subjects also lovely. Oh my goodness. So yeah, anyways, everyone, I put these words together. They meant a lot to me, and this particular set of words was a little harder to put together than most. Got a little practice, and I'm ready to unleash this one. I'm going to shoot a title at you. So this title of this op-ed is Humans versus Lizards. It always comes back to humans versus lizards. All right, let's get this party started. So, one of my most recent crash courses in terminology and philosophy of current events has taken me through many layers of understanding this unusual, but most peculiarly prevalent sensation. I have been immersed in the phenomenon of and concept of the lizard people, which have apparently impacted our lives in ways almost unfathomable by a truly pure human being. You know, one that is housing a soul with a full set of chakras and encompassing the many whimsical pleasantries of the human spirit. We have all been forced to live within a very anti-human, anti-individual, hive-like set of standards and systems, highly draconian or reptilian in nature, for one primary reason, which is that the lizard elites, who might appear sophisticated to some, are truly primitive to the core and only understand a life lived on a solely left-brained, collectivist, governed, well, basically a collectivist, utopian, technocratic police state governed by the emotions induced by the reactions the ruling castes and its representative agents in response to garnering narcissistic supply, the pursuits to glean more, and the narcissistic injuries they will incur in these anti-human pro-lizard value schemes they cook up at their events, then try to coerce and impose their exploitative aims on the rest of us. The other, 99.7% who were never asked what kind of life or world we would wish to take part in the creation and upkeep of. I covered recently in episode 9 of Pan Panen Pious Prophetic Ponderings, and I'll link that definitely with many prevalent receipts to show the proof is in the pudding when it comes to these lizard people literally professing what they desire to do to all of us, especially the more human, more right-brained ones of us. Yeah, I will have a link to that, and that has a ton of really good links in the description box. So please check that out in the description box below. And if it isn't there, I will add it to a pin post. So worry not. But I do definitely recommend watching that video for a solid 101 or 411 on the lizard people that have revealed themselves to be absolutely nothing at all like the rest of us. Now that we've gotten a better image of the lizardy, serpentine-esque, or otherwise scaly, slimy types, let us go ahead and link some keywords, terms, and concepts to the self-professed biologically rich caste. The lizard people literally said it themselves, the ones who go to WEF and all of that, biologically rich caste of envious and banally sadistic energy vampire control oligarchs who think that their globalist agenda and depopulation scheme will eradicate any and all undesired remnants of humanity, creativity, freedom, individuality, joy, or divinity that have hindered their absolute autocratic attempt at declaring themselves omnipotent false gods, much like the pharaohs and emperors of antiquity, but with greater technology, power, and span, coupled with a fraction of the respect of their predecessors. Let me be clear, these are not very intelligent people. In fact, they have blocked all the intelligent people out of everything to try to kill us off. They are actually a very sheltered, weak, and immature subset. These lizard people really are, and have only relied on their fortunes and loyalties that trace back to ancient times, when many of the texts of the various ancient religions warned us about the many prophetic signs we have witnessed exponentially increase, this decade especially. Outside of these fortunes and loyalties due to the power they wield through the many institutions that these bloodlines have developed and maintained in a desperate attempt at controlling us and manipulating our consent to allow them to assume control of the world and all of its resources and life forms. I would like for everyone to understand that regardless of if these beings are the gatekeepers to all that they commissioned, then violently hoarded over the millennia, are a separate species, bloodline, or race is far less important than the fact that they tried to declare and manifest exactly that degree of distinction while attempting to subtly and silently exterminate us covertly through mass. My cat is about to jump up here. Come on, Socrates. Will you let my 1 second? Socrates, you're gonna come help mom. Okay. Now I have Socrates, and hopefully he'll let me finish. You'll let me finish? All right. Okay. I would like for everyone to understand that regardless of these beings that are the gatekeepers to all that they commission, then violently hoarded over the millennia, are a separate species, bloodline, or race is far less important than the fact that they tried to declare and manifest exactly that degree of distinction while attempting to subtly and silently exterminate us covertly through mass poisoning and impoverishment, whose consent has been justified by some fallacious misunderstanding of social contract theory that, literally absolutely none of us agreed to. None of got to read, agree, or sign any social contract. Mindless cognitive dissonance, deceit, and illegitimate abuses of authority have been taken too lightly for too long, and we're finally taking a stand against them, solid enough for them to come after us with censorship, attempts of canceling, deplatforming, debanking, blacklisting, and covert public exile and digital exile, because they know the truth will incriminate them as it sets the rest of us free, who know how to behave as a human with humanity, unlike the lizards in question. When you hear terms like elite, narcissist, boomer, highly educated, politician, deep state, Illuminati, New World Order, NGO, PCM, professional managerial class, expert, celebrity, rulers, authority, or any overt focus on the quasi-divine sanctity self-relegated to systems of hierarchy as being superior in importance and meaning to the human individual or collective alike, that you are hearing lizard people values and reasoning imposed on us through indoctrinated this government schooling, this these requirements that are imposed on us by the government and other vested private entities, and legislation and what have you, interested and dedicated to making you their slave and host, because they are parasites simultaneously, for life as long as they deem you worthy of existence. They're literally on another tier. It's a 2-tier system. These lizard values are beyond outdated, unethical, immoral, amoral. Get on down, Socrates. Or invalid, and the wake of devastation many are now starting to wake up to should be a sober splash of why we should never let any individual or group get away with societal abuse for thousands of years. Especially the last few centuries have been heinous. That should never happen ever again, and I mean never again. And that closes out today's show. Our musical selection today comes in from me, Epitome the Burn Kid, and it's a special recording. I recorded on my 42nd birthday. It's called 42. Links in the description box below, along with all the other links to find me. Socrates, stay over there. I'd like to thank everyone for being here. Come on, Socrates. I love you, kid. I'd like to thank everyone for being here for another episode. And like I like to tell you guys always, because my little kid's making me hurry up, stay safe, stay prepped, be awesome, and keep being excellent to one another, because we need that in these times now more than ever. So yeah, again, please like, share, subscribe, follow. An extra special thank you to all my new subscribers and followers. I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't think I was reaching people. Thank you so much. And I'll see you next time on the Supplemental Broadcast.